we're going to do some coffee. What coffee we're going to do? I haven't got the music on. Hold on. There we go. Yes, we're going to do some coffee. What coffee are we doing? Hey, Frobsy, how's it going? I don't know. I don't know what coffee we're going to do because I'm not prepared. I do have this set up. Hold on. I need a... Where's my camera? There's my camera. Oh, it's Sunday, guys. You can't expect best quality streams on Sunday. Right, I'm doing an AeroPress because I need a coffee before I start making the coffee. It makes sense. Shut up. Am I okay? Never, Frobsy. I'm never okay. This is an AeroPress, standard AeroPress. If you've not got an AeroPress and you like coffee and you like actual coffee, not instant coffee, get an AeroPress. You'll love it. It's brilliant. You can't fuck up your coffee. Please sponsor me. You literally can't. 14 grams in, fill it up with water, job done, you've got yourself a coffee. It should have been 3 minutes, it's now more like 10 because we got raided. So yeah, 14 grams of ground coffee, medium-ish grind. Fill up to the top and give it 3 minutes, give it a stir, and then you just press down. And you get lovely, lovely coffee. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend been? Come on, regale me with stories. This is becoming extremely hard to press, which means I probably ground it a bit fine. Usually you shouldn't have to put any pressure on it, you just got to like put the weight of your hand on it. Come on now. Wow, that was surprisingly hard to press down. But there we go. Some lovely coffee. This is just the Monmouth one. Monmouth stuff. I'm running out of this. I got a new delivery, hopefully coming either today or tomorrow. More coffee. Ooh, not bad. I'm gonna put some milk in that, and then we can have a chat. It's been good. That's good to hear. Good to hear, Propsy. Mainly playing Pokemon. Same. Go back to chat. I've mainly been playing Pokemon as well. I am 3 gyms, 3 Titans, 2 bases in on Violet. I spent some time yesterday doing the EV special EV raids, and then exploring a bit so I can fast travel easier. So, Mr. Paul, are you wise in the way of coffee? I like to think I've educated myself. I don't know if I know the truths of coffee, the secrets of the coffee. Speaking of which, thank you for that segue. It takes. Someone bought me something on Throne for the first time. By the way, I have a Throne. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Don't ever buy me stuff unless you really, really have money to burn. It's fine. I just chuck stuff on there because people want me to chuck stuff up there. But this book was on there. By our Lord and Saviour, James Hoffman, of the coffee religion. That's a lie, he hasn't got a religion. But it might as well be. If you go on the Reddit for James Hoffman, he is he's won Barista of the Year many times. I've got his other book up there, The World of Atlas of Coffee. He has a YouTube channel. Go follow it. You'll learn lots of stuff about coffee. But he's got a new book out, and someone bought it me, and it arrived. Isn't Throne awesome? Who wants to pick a random page for me to read out? I got quite far then. Oh, quite far. Yeah. I'm not too bad with the old Pokemons. 39. Let's go 39. Avoiding the standard 69 there. The essentials for great coffee. There we are. Page 39. It's actually, I think, the start of a new chapter. It is, chapter 2. When you fall in love with coffee, it's hard to resist the temptation to begin acquiring and hoarding the paraphernalia that comes with it. Upgrading your equipment, that is a full stop. I should have not gone up with my inflection there. This one's about just educating you about coffee, what water to use. It gives you a nice chart on the water hardness and stuff. We've got extremely good water here, being in Wales. So good that other nations like to steal it. I mean, use it. I mean, steal it. Hot water. Hot water is definitely advisable if you're making hot coffee. Not advisable if you're making cold brew. Right, so we have a little sip. If you heard a little noise in the background there, that was Geek returning from a plant buying trip. More plants, because we don't have enough plants, apparently. He met another nice lady that's equally obsessed. Great! God. The amount of plants we have in this house is good. I like it. Right. The reason this book's good, and it's different from that book, so it's updated like instructions. Plants, yes. I see. Okay.
Look how cool!
Yes. Is that a rubber plant?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Rubber plant.
There's a rubber plant, and a spiky boy, and a curly boy, and a friendly one.
Cool.
More plants!
More plants. Yes, as I was saying, the reason I got this one is because it has more instructions, updated instructions, but more instructions. Hey, look, the AeroPress. Look, get the AeroPress. More instructions about tasting, actually. It's more the process of like competitive tasting, I think he's put in here. Things like way to sip the coffee if you want to actually get the taste of the coffee and tell if you've made a good brew and stuff. Various things like that, and just better control of how to make good coffee at home. Hey, how to make the best coffee at home. It's the name of the book. Not sponsored, go buy it. You heard Spiky Boy. There's a Spiky Boy, there's a Rubber Boy. Right, shall we make... who wants to pick a coffee for us to make? A type of coffee. I will remind you, I have an espresso machine. I have filter coffee. I have French press. I have a mocha pot, which we're not doing because I don't have a stove in here. I have the AeroPress, which I just did. I have a Vietnamese thing. And that's all of them for now. Oh, I do have the automatic drip here as well. Something strong. And that sounds like an espresso or macchiato sort of thing, Robsy. Let's do one of those. Let's go over to here. Right, say you out of me. What's everyone's plans for the day? As I said before, we're going to see my dad. It's his, or was his birthday this week. So we are going to go for a meal, which is why I don't know what time I'm finishing. We're gonna go for the Brazilian, Lewis and Cooper, because why not? You're gonna complete Pokemon today. I think I'm about a third of the way through because, like, as far as I can tell, no spoilers, but as far as I can tell, there's the 8 gyms and all the other stuff you gotta do. Then there's something in the middle crater, and they haven't explained that to me yet, but I know there's something going on there. So I think I'm only about a third of the way through. I accidentally wandered into a level 50 area and instantly shat my pants. That was fun. Pokemon and coffee, that's what this stream's about now. Alright. 20 grams. because my basket is 20 grams. A little bit over. I'm going to put one little bit extra in because the grinder retains a little bit. Let's whack that down to, oh, a nice, we go for a 2. 2 on the grinder. You want it nice and restricted and, what's the word? Long, I guess. Grind finer. Right, it's gonna grind, it's gonna be noisy. That's fine, thank you for obviously for not spoiling the game. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting. Right. Yeah. It sounded like it was getting stuck, which was weird. Let's get 20 grams nice and fine in there. Hold on, let me show you what I've got here. That's how fine they are, nice powdery. Really? There we go. Better view. Hey. Use our little tool to break up any of the big clumps. Do initial pass. I don't know. It leaves a little bit of a rim, that one, so I need to space them out a bit more. Lovely, lovely coffee. Give it a little tap to settle it. We're going to go with a bottomless today. Haven't used it in a while. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Get the old puck screen on top. Again, the puck screen is supposed to help distribute the water a bit more evenly, and also it keeps the group head clean on the machine. Right. Where would be best? There. I'm going to do a initial flush. Get rid of that water that's too hot. Grind o'clock, baby. Yes, Joe. Tamp like a champ. Oh, we got all the sayings come out today. There we go. Cool off that water. Right, how's the view? The view's not bad, actually. Let's get a little bit closer. There we go. And let's get a nice up underneath. Centered, because this one does splash a little bit if it's not quite right. How are we all doing anyway? Joe, how is the weather like over the pond? Right, let's give it 25 seconds on the clock. Hey Google, try 25-second timer, please. I doubt very much this will be 25 seconds because I ground it a bit fine. Oh, I ground it way too fine. Oh, that's not coming out at all. Let me show you the underneath camera. There you go. There's nothing coming out. Well, we'll leave that for a few minutes. You're having a big old rainstorm. Nice, nice. Why is this not? Come on. Well, this is a bit of a failure, this one. I'll give it a little bit extra, then I'll cut it off. Yep. Oof. Definitely way too fine. Way too fine. Oh. So actually, it tastes all right because the thing is, when it's too fine, it's still going to get the water through it. So it's going to be really, really restricted. And at least you're on that nicer end of like the sweetness rather than it being under extracted. So there's nothing wrong with going over a little bit, but that was ridiculous. Lauren also says good morning. Hello, Lauren. Hello. I made bad coffee. It wasn't too bad, just, oh, that's, oh, strong, strong, yeah, Clean out the cup and should we try another one? Should we do another one? No bad coffee. We'll try another one. Oh yeah. Right. Water that's still in the puck, that's insane. Oh, that's hot. That is hot. You there. Right. Okay. Do a quick race on these. Coffee time! It is indeed coffee time. I made some bad coffee. Do not judge me. I ground too fine, damn it. I was over ambitious, right? Nice clean basket. Nice scalded fingers. Ah, hot, 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 hot. But we're gonna try again. Do not judge. Still drank it. It's fine. Fine. It's all good. Hey, it's like nothing happened. Go do the Brazilian again. Get 20 grams of that. Oof. It must have been. Once again, gonna be loud while I grind, so I'm gonna mute. Oh, helps if I don't grind the same size, doesn't it? Right. Take two. That's lovely. Once again, use a little tool to break up any of the big clumps in there. Tap so I can pick that off. Got a little overflow. That one was not quite as clean. Do it again. Brush off some of the excess. Quickly do a flush while we're getting ready. That's that. For position. Not bad. Right, this one hopefully will go better. See if I can lower the camera. Let's get a better view. A little bit. The whole point of using the bottomless is so that you can see it come out. Okay. There we go. Right, let's give it a go. Hey Google, set a timer for 25 seconds. Hopefully this one's better. Still a little bit too fine. Stop. Still a little bit too fine, which is kind of annoying. Leave it go for another 10 seconds or so. What kind of coffee mechanic are you? Hold on a second. What kind of what? Number what now? What kind of coffee mechanic are you? I'm theoretical. Why is it always going wrong? That's actually a lot better, that one. Still too fine. We could have gone to 4 on the grinder. But there we go. Judging by my eye, that's the right amount as well. But whatever. Whatever. Mr. Popo85, are you a coffee person? You a coffee connoisseur? Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to make it into an Americano. Time to make some eggs. Yes, Joe. There we go. Excuse you, shut up. Noisy machine. Miss Popo is a coffee drinker indeed. Good stuff. Everyone's welcome here, coffee or not. Coffee machine. I have bad English. That is a oh god, what is the machine? Give me a minute. I have completely forgotten the actual make of it. It's a proper Italian espresso machine. It's about 15 years old. It is an Izzo VV Mark II. Hold on, let me copy that, put it in chat. I know, don't worry about the English thing. I can't read half the time anyway. That is the machine I have there. I'm gonna off Facebook Marketplace. God, when was that? 6 months ago? Joe, when did you visit? Because my concept of time and space is now broken, and I don't know. Was that a year and 6 months ago? Or was that 6 months ago? 6 months ago. It wasn't last year. It was this year. My God. But yeah, it's a proper espresso machine with the I'll talk a little bit about it. The group head here and this size is standard 58. 58? Am I getting my measurements right? 58. Yeah, 58 millimeter group head. So it's the same ones you get in the coffee shop. Usually, the ones you get in the coffee shop anyway. The big ones, exactly the same parts. So I can replace it. It's like I say, it's 15 years old, but it's like brand new. It's got the old frothing wand here. It's got a hot water thing in there. It's got a pressure gauge. It has a reservoir for water at the back. back here, heating tray on top. So it's all, you know, it's like an all-in-one unit. It's not plumbed in. What else can I say about it? It's a heat exchanger, which means that there's a big brass boiler in the middle. In the center of it, there's a massive brass boiler, like that big. And they put water in there and it gets it above boiling, because it's all pressurized and stuff, so it's like really in there. And then there's like a pipe that goes like around and through it, which exchanges the heat for roughly about 90-ish, I would say 96 degrees C, which comes out of the actual espresso bit. The hot water bit comes directly, I believe, directly out of the boiler. And the steam, I can't remember if the steam one comes out of the boiler or not. But yeah, that's why I have to like run it first, because some of the water that's in that pipe that's exchanging will have got too hot. So I need to get that out, then run fresh water through it. I love it. The new ones with like the digital controlled temperatures and all that stuff, and not the vibration pump, which is what this one has, which is why it's so loud. That one, those cost like $2,000. They are so expensive. But yes, anyway, Americano, which is 1 part espresso, 1 part water, 1-to-1 ratio. Not bad, considering I did it wrong again. Not wrong. Doesn't matter if it's too much. Debatable. I'm going to add some milk. And make it a Americano with milk. Sounds like a great coffee machine. I wish I had one. It's awesome. I love it. I use it. I don't use it every day now. I was at first. I use it most days. You have to turn it on for 15 minutes to get the pressure up in it, with the pressure gauge and all that. You've got to turn on for at least 15-20ish minutes for it to heat up and get that pressure. But the thing I use the most is the AeroPress. This. Great for coffee. Literally the same amount of coffee every time, same amount of water. You just 14 grams of coffee, fill the water up to the top, stick it on your mug first, obviously. Paper filters can be recycled. You can even wash the paper filter and use them 2 or 3 times. Great stuff. 3 minutes. You can't screw up the coffee. AeroPress, go buy one. You can get a travel version, which is slightly smaller and comes with a cup. It comes with a scoop, it comes with a stirry thing, because it's great for traveling. It comes with a funnel. It comes with 350 filters. Like, I've had my AeroPress for almost a year now, and I still have this many filters left. I do reuse them, and sometimes I do 3 or 4 of these a day. So I'll usually use one filter twice. You just rinse it, and you don't even need to clean the whole thing because it's sealed. You don't need to like properly rinse it between uses, just like maybe between days, because the plunger itself in there is so tight against the actual tube. It pushes all the coffee into a little cake at the bottom, and you just go boink at the end into a bin or your recycling thing with the paper filter if you want to get rid of that. Job done. Rinse it, 5 seconds under the tap, it's good to go again. 350 filters, that sounds pretty good. I know, right? You can get a metal filter attachment for it as well, which I probably will get eventually, but these will last me like 3 years. I have many, many ways to make coffee, as you can see on the shelves. There's a mocha pot there. There's a Vietnamese fin there. There's the French press / pour over there. I like coffee. And it's all your fault for making me do this on stream. I think it was about a year ago I started doing these streams. It's all Joe's fault. He was like, hey, can you do coffee on stream? Like, okay, and then I ended up buying a grinder and an espresso machine and 5 other newer things. You enabled me so hard. Yeah, but it's been great. I love it. I learned new things. I got a new book. Whoever bought this on Throne, thank you very much. I need to read through it. Do you want Joe? Pick a random page. A number up to, I would say, 220-ish. And we'll see what the page says. 135. Oh. 100. I want to say 136 is iced AeroPress. We will be trying one of those at some point. I've tried one of those before, but we will be trying one of those. Oh, 134 and 35 are iced pour-overs. There's a whole section on iced drinks here. Which is basically do the pour-over over a container with ice. Flash freeze it. Which is the standard method I do. Remember, if you're going to do an iced coffee, put that coffee on ice as soon as possible in a container which can go from hot to cold instantly. Won't shock. Doesn't get thermal shock, but do it as quickly as possible to make sure that flavor stays there. Don't let your coffee cool down. So I've got 2 cups on the go here, and I've already downed another one. What time is it? It's 10 to 1. Because I'm not sure if I'm playing a game today, if I'm honest, because I've got to go to see my dad. It's his birthday. Well, it was his birthday this week. My mum keeps changing the time. Yeah, that espresso didn't come out quite as well as I thought. Does anyone have any coffee questions? Happy birthday, Dad. It was 5 days ago, but I can't remember why we couldn't go last weekend. We were just like, oh no, I can't do that weekend. Okay. I probably vetoed it because I'll be playing Pokemon. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. By the way, COVID last weekend. You saying last year? Oh, last weekend. I thought you said last year. No, last weekend. I can't remember why we said we couldn't go last weekend. Anyway. What's everyone got planned for the rest of the day? Joe, what you got planned? How are the eggs going? How to taste coffee. Oh, see, he puts it on a spoon and slurps it. Oh god, he's giving me charts and stuff. 5 eggs. It's good. That's a good amount of eggs. Good. I mean, you could have rounded up to 6. Come on. There's 1 egg on its own now. That's just... It's mean, if anything. Do you have coffee-related question? I don't drink coffee. Don't like the taste personally. What do you recommend for a non-coffee drinker to try? Why don't you like the taste? Is the first question. Is it too bitter? Is it too, like, the coffee is too strong? Is it so usually why people don't like taste sour, it's too sour or too bitter, or it's like the coffee taste is just too much for them. You love the smell, but the bitterness throws them off. That just means you've had bad coffee. Literally, that just means you have bad. I mean, you might be a super taster of bitterness, but bitterness can be counteracted with various things, like the reason Starbucks and the other big companies put so much milk and syrups and sugar into their stuff is because they actually don't have great coffee. It's too dark. Most of the big companies now, anywhere you go to McDonald's, you go to most big like any hotels and stuff like that, they're all serving dark coffee, but it's not dark roast. It's like super dark. It's what people would refer to as an Italian roast. Because of that, it doesn't taste nice. It tastes a bit burnt. It can be bitter, and it's just not made well. So you can mask it by making a really, really milky cappuccino cafe latte thing, or you can shove a load of syrup in it, shove a load of sugar in something, and it'll taste good. And that's part of the reason I do that. If you're saying it's too bitter when you know you've had a really good coffee, that might just be your taste buds. Instant coffee is usually not too bad as well. So if you're drinking an instant, I think that's not quite right. But you got to remember that again, that's mass produced. I've not heard of that. Swedish coffee. Same with the pods and stuff, because it's mass produced once, so you can't guarantee that it's good. Like it's great coffee, but sometimes they'll try and like sweeten it a bit or whatever. If it's good, like if it's a really good espresso or something, or maybe you just like weak coffee versus strong coffee, because the way you brew coffee is usually you have a ratio. There's obviously contact time with coffee and water. So for like a French press, there's a lot of contact time in there. There's a lot of water and there's a lot of coffee mixing together for 3 to 5 minutes, let's say. And that's why you grind that coarser, bigger chunks, so it's not quite as strong. But what you can easily do is reduce the amount of coffee going in or increase the amount of water, so the ratio is different. So they say there's a golden ratio of 1 to 2 for an espresso, but that can actually be 1 to 3, and that's 50% more water. Like 20 grams of coffee to 40 mils of water in or out, but that could easily go up to 60 mils of water out for the same amount of coffee, which means it's weaker, and that might taste better for you. So I don't know. It's tricky. It is tricky. The Valley is pretty dark. I'm trying to see bagged coffee. It might be worth you going for what is actually a proper medium, or medium-ish roast, medium to light roast. Because if you're going for dark roast, it might just be too strong tasting for you. Reduce the amount of coffee put in, so it's a weaker coffee. And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually prefer medium to weak, because the coffee intensity, and if there's anything bad going on there, overpowers the goodness in the coffee for me. That's just the way I like it. I'm trying to think what else. Don't be afraid to add water, more water. Don't be afraid to add milk and sugar to make it taste better, because the fat and protein in milk helps cut down the the bad flavors. It helps. It counteracts them. So does sugar. Add a little bit of salt. Salt helps counteract bitterness. Is it salt counteracts bit, or is the sourness? I can't remember. Salt. Yeah. So you could add like a teeny pinch of salt, and it'll come out sort of like a salted caramel, sort of, you know, is salty. But salt would counteract that bitterness, cut through it, and you might actually taste some good coffee there. The specific developer tried was medium roast pre-ground coffee bags. Ooh. See, with a coffee bag, you've got a certain... I've got coffee bags, didn't you? Got some of these coffee bags. But yes, I wouldn't say that you don't like coffee. I would say you don't like bad coffee. You've only been given bad coffee. Now, these were okay. But I think there was only like 6 to 10 grams in here. When a mug would be probably about 200 mils. See, that ratio just doesn't seem right to me. That's like a 1 to 22-ish, maybe one. Quick maths. What is 200 divided by 6? Oh, 1 to 33. That's weak. But then this these are all, it's okay coffee, but it's not specialty coffee, so it's alright. Brekkie time, look. You just not like coffee. Yeah, you just not like coffee, but like the smell, because the smell. There's a lot of the reason I say coffee smells of chocolate a lot is because there's a lot of in the aroma anyway. There's a lot of similarities. But yes, I would try adding more water. You know, make a weaker coffee. Don't brew it as long as well. If you're using a coffee bag, because this says 3 to 4 minutes, try 2 minutes. You know, something like that. Add in sugar, add a pinch of salt, very, very little. You can always add more, but you can't undo it, so please do a pinch of salt. Very, very little. To try and cut that bitterness out. Sugar, milk, all adds into that. Don't brew too hot as well. So if you're using a kettle, this is the other thing, people tend to brew too hot. So for a medium roast, I think you want it about 96 degrees, maybe a bit less, maybe 94. So if you've got a freshly boiled kettle, don't pour it in straight away. Wait a minute for it to cool down a bit, because otherwise you're damaging the coffee in there. Fresher coffee would be better as well, because obviously these have a lot of air in them. So, and air ruins coffee. It makes it go stale and horrible. Or go to a pretty decent coffee place, like maybe an actual coffee shop which specializes in various different methods of coffee, not just espresso, not just dark roast. Go to one of them and just say, can I have a weaker coffee? If they do pour overs, or they do other types, they might do those. Hello. Yes. Then just say, you're trying to get into coffee, but it's always too strong. Do it weaker. And if they know their stuff, they'll know what they'll want to do. My kettle's been stolen. That's my advice anyway. It's tricky. It's tricky. If you were here, I would make you a couple of different things, and then we'd go from there. It also depends on, what coffee you're roasting. I had one the other week which tasted like blueberries, and it was blueberries? Blackberries. Blackcurrants. I can't remember. It was one of the new ones. Where's my book? I wrote it down. Black currants. And I genuinely could taste black currant in it at the end. And it doesn't have black currants in it. It's just the sweetness of the coffee was reminiscent of that. Yeah, sugar and milk is the standard technique of making coffee taste better. Adding more water, but then I've recently been told salt, because it counteracts bitterness, is pinch of salt. It might actually make it taste like. Who knows? You know, salted chocolate, salted caramel, they're all... Because chocolate itself is very bitter. Strong chocolate, isn't it? Think how they make that taste nice in like milk chocolate. Sugar, milk, sometimes salt. Same sort of technique. Right. I've waffled on quite a lot. I've had a lot of caffeine, clearly, because I'm talking very fast. Is there anything in fact, is there anything in here that might help? Did enjoy the info dump. It's on the skin of my hand. I mean, if you want more, please come join the Discord. Go check out James Hoffman on YouTube. He is a barista in the UK. He wrote this book. He wrote that book. He is pretty much considered the person who knows everything about coffee. He doesn't, but you know, people kind of treat him like God or Jesus in the coffee world, and it's a little bit much, but he is very, very good. Let's see, bitter. Is bitter on here? Bitterness, 24, 32, 72, 24. Let's have a look, see if there's anything more on this. Also, don't forget, coffee is acidic. He writes books, terrifying. Yeah, coffee's acidic, and acidity does mess with your taste buds a lot as well. Acidity can come across as sour, I believe. And also, some people don't understand the difference between, just in their tongue, not in their brain, sourness and bitterness when it's subtle. Like they could say, "Oh, that's too bitter," when actually it's sour. And with coffee, that's different. One means like under extraction, the others, yeah. But then I still don't get that. I just know it tastes bad. The word bitter is not on this page. You lie. Ah, there we go. Roasting coffee is just difficult because finding the moment of balance between sweet, acidic, and bitter requires precision and a lot of practical experience. Let's try the other. What do flavor notes mean? Bitter flavors. For dark roast, you may see smokier flavors, dark chocolate, or sometimes things like molasses listed. Sugar, berries. Expect heavy body, limited to no acidity, but more bitterness front. Yeah, so a lighter roast might help you. But a lighter roast needs higher temperatures. But there we go. Also, the bot didn't give my Discord link out if you wanted it. I'm all for acidic stuff. Just trying to stay away from the sulfuric stuff. Fair enough, yeah. This one tastes very Hold on, let me do it again. It's not bad, it's just strong. There's nothing bad about it. I mean, it's cooled down a bit. Also, a note on tasting is your taste buds taste better at body temperature than they do at boiling temperature. Your tongue does not process flavours of boiling things as well as nearer body temperature, because obviously that's what your body's supposed to do. It expects things to be the temperature of your mouth. So coffee changes its flavour. It doesn't. It's always the same flavour. Your body interprets it differently as it cools down slightly. So you could leave the coffee to cool down to 80, 70 degrees C-ish. Not too cold. Don't let it go too cold, and certainly don't reheat it. But you could let it cool to a nice drinkable level, and then see how that tastes. You could also do this. Slurp it, because oxygen and things you're tasting mix, and it makes the taste come out better. The good taste come out better anyway. Lets you taste it more. Truer, I guess. That's what they do in like professional tastings of coffee and various other things like wine and stuff. They slurp because oxygen. Because you need more. I guess it adds more surface area for your tongues to interact with it, as well as your nose, because you do taste with your smell a lot. Yeah. So they usually slurp and get a lot of oxygen mixed in there. I think that's all I've got to say on the matter. I hope I've said everything quite accurately. I'm not really sure if there's anything else on that. But yeah, I would just give it a go. And just, be prepared to say coffee isn't for you. Your taste buds just might not like coffee. That's no shame. I mean, it is a shame because you're not enjoying nice coffee, but